Hey there, folks. This is Pop Culture. I'm Alex Pop. Episode 5 of Skeleton Crew has dropped on Disney Plus, and beware, this review contains spoilers. This 5th episode is directed by Jake Schreier, who I've been wanting to see more work from. I didn't even know he had been up to anything ever since he helmed the drastically underrated Paper Towns. I don't care if I'm alone in this. I love that movie. Check it out if you haven't. And after the dreary side quest that was episode 4, I was hoping that the story would immediately be put back in gear again, and that's exactly what's happened. Jake Schreier has brought us the best episode of Skeleton Crew so far, just edging out Part 3. With SM-33 shut down after he went rogue, KB manages to hack into his system so that he doesn't rip their limbs off. When they turn him back on, he reveals that the coordinates to Suburbia are in the lair of his old master, Captain Renaud. Jod recognizes him as a famous lost pirate and realizes that they're flying his spaceship, the Onyx Cinder. They arrive at the location of Renaud's lair on the mountains of a planet called Lanupa to find that a resort has been built over it, and it's another really neat location. The set designs are recognizable enough, but also different enough to something we might see on Earth. If the intention with the design of Suburbia was to make us as itching for an adventure out in the Star Wars galaxy as the kids were, I can say it's paid off. And I liked the gag with the little waiter creature bringing a platter to that hut bathing in the mud spa, but the hut finds the waiter more tasty looking. And as the group go underground to find Renaud's lair, in typical treasure hunt fashion, they run into a string of booby traps, which are also pretty neat. They're like traditional pirate's lair traps fused with Star Wars-related objects, like rotating laser beams and stuff. Although, when they toss the credit into the pool of acid to drain it, naturally there's going to be drops left all over the stone, right? The soles of their shoes would still be sizzling, but oh well. Now, the standout character in this episode is Jod Na Na Honey I'm Goodwood. It is all but confirmed to us at this point that he was with the Jedi Order. Near the beginning, he finds Wim crying that the adventure through the galaxy he always dreamed about hasn't been so enchanting, and now he just misses his parents. He says he knows he's not seeing his mother again, which may imply nothing more than she's dead, but I kinda have this feeling that Wim is going to find her working for the New Republic in one of the last 3 episodes. Anyhow, Jod's worded advice to him is that he just forget about his parents like he did, because attachments are just a burden. This is very much in line with what younglings go through when training in the Jedi ways. They're taken from their families at a very young age, much younger than 9 apparently, since the Jedi Council considered Anakin too old. And even Obi-Wan tells Leia that all he has of his own family are glimpses. This is the point when I think it's made clear as a bell that Jod was with the Jedi Order, between this and his talk with KB about trusting your gut in Episode 3. So I'm sticking with what I said before. I think Jod is a former Padawan who was disowned by his master, and he found fulfillment afterwards in living a pirate's life. It could be instead that it's how he found fulfillment after the Jedi were wiped out, but I really hope not, because I'm getting tired of discovering more Order 66 survivors. The only aspect that I find a little too predictable is the peaks and valleys that Jod's character goes through regarding how he feels about the kids. When they discover Renaud's lair, not only do they find the location of Suburbia, not only do they find lots of treasure with even a lightsaber among it, but they find a glitchy holographic message of Renaud saying that Suburbia is the last Old Republic mint, which is why it's considered by the galaxy as the planet of eternal treasure. Once this is made aware to Jod, his pirate ways get the better of him and he turns on the kids, immediately challenging Fern to a duel for the role of captain, which SM-33 must oversee. As Jod has a knife to Fern's throat trying to persuade her to yield, Wim makes an attempt at bravery by picking up the lightsaber. And as he was holding it, something did seem off about the hilt to me, and I thought it was just a poorly constructed prop. But what I and Wim didn't realize until he activated it was that he was holding it upside down. The blade comes out the opposite end he was expecting, and he immediately throws it out of shock, his moment of bravery gone. Now this is all a well-done scene. It's just that I knew Jod was going to turn on them at some point. And now that it's happened, Is there really any doubt in anyone's mind that he's not going to stay the antagonist? That by the end, his affection for the kids will take over and he'll do some selfless deed for them? I could be wrong, or if I'm right, the execution may be surprising, but I just see him going through the same character beats as Silver from Treasure Planet. And I thought Ahsoka borrowed from that movie. Though, was he really ready to kill Fern, or was he just bluffing? If we are still meant to like him by the end of the show, then I hope it was a bluff. Whatever the case, after Part 4 had the worst hook for the next episode, we now get the best hook for the next episode. After Fern does yield, and the kids make a fast exit through a trap door, Jod snatches the lightsaber off of the floor, and it cuts to black just as we hear the sound of it igniting. That is how you do a cliffhanger, not with someone just going, "He fainted." So I really enjoyed Episode 5. It's got humor, it's got intrigue, it's got creative environments. It's the most immersive part of this Star Wars adventure yet. And with 3 episodes remaining, let's hope that Part 4 was just a fluke, and it's all uphill from here. And we shall find out next if Bryce Dallas Howard has redeemed herself after her episode of Mando Season 3. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. And be sure to let me know what you thought of Episode 5 of Skeleton Crew in the comments below. Like and share, subscribe for more of this slapty neck. This is Pop Culture. I'm Alex Pop.